like for the moment. Launch pad down. So many shields already used. Third place. Skyzoo. Jocks going in to the box. 0 HP. It is a replay of third place going down. And that was 121 points. From what we saw earlier on from analytics, it was 129 that was needed. So even them, depending on if a top 6 team wins, or even a team ahead of them winning, they might not even make it to the finals.
That means they're going to be locked in time.
39.
39.
29. What? 39?
So them being locked in time, low 120s, that has to have a huge shift in terms of who qualifies, right? If the teams above them win a game, that threshold could drop big time. We've seen a lot of players up there struggle, which could shift that threshold a ton. But guys like Close and Andrea, who are on that congested side of the zone with a ton of other players, they have to capitalize on this final opportunity to make it to the finals.
Majority of teams getting the zone. It will be a squish, a crunch for a bunch around the outsides. I mentioned 129 before because I thought that everyone was close to qualifying currently for the moment. But it looks like there's a journey. 10 more even points on top of that to 139 for a majority of these teams. I thought Nate was just right there. Maybe the 6th, 7th zone is all he had to conquer. But he'll have to go towards the 8th and 9th with just these materials, with his medal already half out. This is just disaster for Nate.
Snuck back here. He was away by himself. He snuck over here back to the loop of the players that he was just fighting out before and his teammate, Snazy. Remember, his inventory had no shield in it. He was down to white HP. He's now managed to get himself back up to almost 100 builds. Tons of heals left. And now with a shot at qualification.
Prize pool of $1.3 million. A chance to play for it overall. That'll be on the mind for all these teams currently as well. Frizz and Carmi looking at their position on the boards right now. 9th place, almost going to need more than 30 points. I mean, the only team that's available right now is half Clement and Floki, the Solary boys, rolling in. They started this game with 143. They've kind of already done the damage needed. If they win overall, that will change things for a bunch of teams below them. That'll basically add an extra slot to that top 6 in terms of who qualify.
But again, they're not game winners. They're 2nd, 3rd, 5th consistent placement teams. They're not guys who are going to go for height and go for the win. Unless you're just feeling confident in the final games. The teams that you're looking for right now on your screen are the ones who are more than likely home for the win.
Welcome to Storm Surge Part 2. Once again, we see teams above that line, below that line. That line specifically. Yeah, 185 for Nate. You thought it got worse with one teammate being down. You thought it got worse with the Mats being gone and not around. This man needs to find basically 2 teammates worth of damage. You know, sometimes you get the 100, that person shields up. You have to go and get the 100 again. There's no way someone just lets you deal that 200 once. And I don't see a sniper in his inventory, so he doesn't have a chance for that big shot. Even a headshot at this point would not be enough with 225 being the plate he's being served. Flois and Andretta also in trouble. That 4 number looking that much more scary if it's 4 on your box. Andretta will not go down, surprisingly staying up, and Flois will still go for a beam against 2 players entirely. They have the right side edit. They have a few chances for a shot. Flois gets blocked. He's going to go for the 2v1 beam. He does not get the elimination on one side. He had an opening, but there's no damage, no chance. He's giving them too much time. He has to just edit in and do something. He elects for Andretta to go down, does not trade for the 2 eliminations. He does not go all in. It's all up to Flois now.
That is the issue with not having a shotgun in your inventory. That was a 1v2 clutch he could have easily put into play, but the choice of inventory just was not there. This is the meta he went to work for. Now he's left with no heals, but luckily he still has the launch pad in his inventory. As we switch over to the Freezy, he's chilling on Surge, chilling on position, not so chilling on the rotate back over to Snake. However, on that far right hand side, he's got a duel, trying to run straight inside of his box. He does have the shotgun. He's trying to hit the shots. He's below. He's now 38 above at the same time. He's getting straight out that box. He knows where the danger is. He knows he has to get out. He's the only player below Storm Surge at this point. 15 below, 1 shot. 1 AR tag will put him up above. This is the clutch for qualification, potentially, if he stays in this. And Cheating goes down in the feed. So does Recycle and Pickle. The surge is now over. Things have calmed. It's room to breathe for Nate. Yeah, he's still looking to shoot some players.
That Storm Surge has a part 3. It's still not done with him just yet, and that number was 96. He had to climb. The people getting the eliminations on these people that are following the that should be paid attention to. Zara picking up a few eliminations as well. Not one of them. We just saw Frank Goodwill pick apart Andretta as well. So they have a huge refresh to work with. Zaka, who's Zara's teammate, gets a nice Elim fully confirmed as well. Look at Flois and where we left him. Very similar to Nate. These are two stories, two legendary paths. You might just see clones here.
No, Nate goes down in the zone at the backside. Potentially the shots were not correct play. Rose the awareness of everyone else to the lobby. Now it's down to Flois, losing Andrea, 8th place currently. No heals, 15 builds, 1 launch pad to his name to clutch up.
Their story at half. Flois finally goes down to Rafa, so Andretta will not be there alongside Flois in the finals of this FNCS either. Zaka, though, will have to try to solo clutch this. Kane and Cruel have been here since day 1 on the right side of your screen. They're in 7th place and have high ground for what it looks like. They must either play really well or go for the win, but Kane slips, slides, and falls. They're having trouble editing through these builds. The pressure amounting to too much. Their blood freezing inside these cold, snowy mountains, and Kane is down, put on ice. Cruel now left by himself. No launch pad, has the builds, but is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Entire lobby with their focus, their eyes looking onto Cruel as a solo. One mere man trying to make his way through the entire lobby. He's 108 below the surge at the same time. It's ticking, his heel's going, the zone's catching up. He's just doing whatever he can to hit the damage, hit the shots onto some of the other players in the lobby at the same time. This is a potential qualification over, but hold on. He's moved up to 6th place on the leaderboard so far. So the 7th place team is currently down and underneath him, but there's still a lot of movement points left to go.
Trying to keep things alive and survive. 24th place team all the way up on high ground. So it's not going to be one of those top 6 teams winning. It might be Cruel. He's dropping down. Perfect. Drop and catch to make sure he doesn't take the fall damage, but he needs to upkeep with his shields. Player in his box, and that's Cruel's run done. But it's not over yet. Jeff going straight up right. It's 2 teams that are desperate for a win. They're nowhere close to the consistency. Jeff with the edit course all the way on high ground, but does not find a shot or the Spider-Man grab. It's unfortunate. Left up top to Keandro by himself. Does he have the bunch of quarterheads? Is it even an option at this point? No, absolutely not. And now the win, it was just there in his grasp, right there in front of his eyes. It's gone, and he has to do things by himself.
I think he was going for the materials, hopefully getting the drop from Jeff, but it just didn't happen yet at all. But up on high ground, Flawless. Keyrox, the team who's been in the fights, in the engagements all day, now making a name for themselves up on high ground. They have the materials to hold it, but do they have the skill? Do they have the awareness of...
Desperation, maximum overdrive. Flawless as well up top on height, 85 points. They need this win. Nothing short of that will cut it with 7 teams still left, but they're having trouble knocking on the door of every team down below. Jams it on this box, is going to get splintered to side splash as Relvis finally goes down. Krusty, 3 elims, 120 points. He needs about 19 more. Not going to have the chance to maybe even pick up his teammate. The zone is bouncing back. 9 zone revival, no chance, absolutely. 30 HP playing with that storm, no mats available. FNCS qualifier run on the line. He navigates with the shot, looking for the beam, and finds it. The dream survives for a few more seconds, but he needs to stay active. 4 teams now down. Stepter finally gone. Krusty, he was the one getting the elimination. Jams it also denied a seat. 5th place, it's looking good. He's fine overall. This might just be enough for the qual. He does go down, though, in 5th place. How much higher do the points go? Clinberry 11th overall. He might be looking for the win. Him and Leon have been so aggressive, but that maximum push on the gas might be too much. They're out of mats. Leon now too is trying to find a way to swing up. That was his last spider shot. They've got nothing but the guns and no mats on their back. Going for the drop shot down. It's over. Huddy and Cyro up top. A 92-point run right now. 14th place. They need this win here.
It's a 2v2 situation, high ground versus low ground. The materials, yet again, almost down to nothing. But can the shots connect? The HP so low on Hutty. Hutty has qualified. He's in third place to win this, to qualify. Xerox and Flawless have to pick up the victory. They jump into the box, and they do it. They are going to qualify straight through to the FNCS finals with that victory royale.
Absolutely beautiful from many different teams. We saw a variety of perspectives of runs, especially one that was absolutely desperate. Never count out any team in the semifinals all the way till the last game. That's what we love to see.
Every single match electrifying. Every moment of that final game on the edge of my seat. But it went down in the end to the team who took their time, who went up the height layer, Flawless Xerox.
That was just beautiful. Once again, that pattern repeats all the way to game 6. No one really interrupting height at all. It's crazy. A day 2 team that's also rolling by and looking fly. I mean, Reese, that was an amazing form of games. And we saw a bunch of 5th, 6th, 4th places even end their runs in that game. They graduated.
Yeah, there was a long when it comes down to finally see the full list of qualifications, I want to see how impactful that final game was.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching the semifinals so far. That was me and Reese on the cast. We'll toss it back over to Zeke, Levin, and Sundown and break down exactly who is going to the finals.
Thank you guys so much. You guys absolutely crushed it today. My goodness, 6 games of Fortnite and Cyrox solid. They make it through the end. I love how the cast set it up right there, those final few moments. It does come down to this. They either win that game or they qualify, or they lose, and they don't. So well fought from them. It comes down to this, right, Levin? In these final moments of these final games, a team always just finds a way to kind of come up and qualified, we're going to win, whatever it is. We're just going to make sure that we can make it to the very next stage of the competition. And going from 14th, right, you got to think, in this moment, they're thinking, what do we do? You know, it's this or nothing. It's this or we got to wait till the next FNCS. But they held it together. They isolated Huddy there, and they said, no, you're not going anywhere, but we are going to...
Constantly putting down, and the teamwork they had together. This was every game for them.
Looks so good. Absolutely ridiculous. So we're in the back, right? Let me just set the stage for you guys, you viewers at home. Sundown, Levin, and I, we're in the back every single time someone's eliminated. We're looking at the bottom left. What's going on? Is that, whatever way they end, wait, does that mean that this team's still up? The whole time we watched the tail end, the bottom 6 of the top 6 change. And now the question becomes, who did make it through? Now they did hold on to that 3rd place, right? Huddy absolutely just holding on, because that's what a lot of these teams had to do, right? If you're in that top 6, you got to make sure you can squeeze just every single point you can out, right? Because if some other duo finds their way in, they're going to just knock you out. And we probably will more than likely see the team that was in 6th last time knocked out. So let's remind you guys of who won, who has already made it through on just the victory royale. Trulex, Chico, Irazumi, Ovalder, Swilliam, Lecce, Vortexia, Castery. Which was this one? Alex Todd, Andy, I remember 11, I got it. And Flawless and Cyrox. Congratulations, but we gotta flip on over. We gotta see which duos do make it into that top 6 spot. 11. It happened. It happened. We saw it in the world. They got pushed out.
So much switch up. If you're looking at that top 6, if you're just remembering back to the leaderboard in the previous game, so many switch ups, and that's what we expected to happen with just how fine the margins were at Sundown. And look, big congratulations to the players in the top 6. A lot of them were incredibly consistent on the day. You know, first and second, phenomenal performance. They both did incredible. But when you look down below as well, a lot of them did a great job of being able to sneak their way in just in that final game there.
Yeah, the final top 6 ended up being 129. We saw second place going into that final game was 122. So the only people who ultimately ended up being safe and not having that last game kind of on their back was Floki and Command. And even then, we saw them in that highlight package at the end. They were playing in the end games, doing what they do well and being very consistent. But we have to say, hey, that's it for Europe. We got our top 50 duos. Congratulations to everyone. We'll see you next weekend. But what a region for Fortnite this weekend.
So good. We got to take a look at the predictions, right? How did we do? Now, of course, we were right. We knew Floki and Clement would come in and do absolutely well. Kane and Cruel, unfortunately, do miss the bus. But it is okay. It is all good, right, Levin? In these moments, it's easy to kind of look down and say, you know, we lost, we didn't make it, whatever. But it's okay. Fortnite is about growing. It's about evolving. You can take the learnings you have here, go back to the drawing board, study up, VOD review, and then bring all of that into next season.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, it's the first event of the year. You want to get off to a good start, but if you can't, you have to remember there's we got a long year of Fortnite ahead of us. There's going to be plenty of duo competition for the teams that just didn't quite make it. It happens, you know what I mean? It happens. At the end of the day, right, like you said, you hit the drawing board, you can't get stronger. Look, I will probably banter people as much as I can now over the next couple of weeks, you know, keep it playful and whatnot. Don't be too hard on yourself, right? It happens. The best 50 duos were the ones that made it through, and if you weren't quite there, next season may be a season.
Yeah, there's always more competitive Fortnite.
Always, always, always. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for this entire weekend of Europe. It has been an incredible subset of games. Please make sure you give these two a follow, give Reese and Sideways a follow. Without them, this is impossible. We are back next weekend. Finals. Acts of Champions, prize money on the line, stakes that much higher. But we also have NA East and NA West not too far away, so if you want to watch more Fortnite, there will be more Fortnite for you today. Until next week, we love you, stay safe, and as always, we'll see you guys on the battle bus.
Dance for me, dance for me.
Right foot.
Dance for me, dance for me.
Assuming the entire world was a zero ping single region, who would you want to duo with?
I probably want to do it with Volks because he's a funny man. He's OCE, and yeah, I've hung out with him. But
World Cup, where you placed?
I don't think I put much more than like a couple hours into practicing for solos because I was so focused on duos, and duos was of course the day before, so I was already excited. I was like, I already did. So what can I do? So I literally landed at the most shambles spot ever. If I could change anything, I would probably just land the block.
What would be the first and best piece of advice you'd give someone who's kind of new, starting to get into the competitive scene now and just starting to improve their kind of Fortnite competitive placement?
If you place top 15 in a cash cup, take that $200, whatever it is, and put it aside. If you get top 10 in the grand finals, just put that aside for a new computer or for a new mouse that you've been wanting or whatever. Like, invest in yourself. That's exactly what I did. Like, my two teammates in the last FNCS were on the worst computers possible. I got them new computers for the Grand Royale, and look what happened. We made I think we made double what we made in the last FNCS.
Where do you rate yourself on the greatest of all time, the GOAT list?
I think right now, I probably put myself, within the top 25. But I think after this year, I'll be, back in the top 10, top 5.
There's a lot of money to play for when it comes to a lot of these finals. And there's a lot of stress involved in that too. Are you planning anything in particular with your mindset?
I don't think I had any nerves at World Cup. Like, I literally had duos. And I can tell because we were so prepared and we had a game plan knocked out. But then it came to solos and I was extremely nervous because I had nothing, and I was by myself. And so, now in the trios, it's like this last FNCS, I had so much prepared. I knew exactly what our game plan was. I knew what we were going to do, and we knocked it out.
I already mentioned earlier, favorite game mode is duos in particular. What's your least favorite?
Well, duos is always part of them, but when trios came out, I was like, oh, no way, a year of trios, I hate it. Now we're on the duos, and I'm like, no, trios is gone, I want trios. And so I always in squads, and I'm guessing if squads got announced for a year or however long, I would be like, I'd hate it, but then by the end of the year, I'd love it. So it's just like, I don't really know. I think squads right now, but who knows? Maybe it's probably solos, honestly.
Thank you very much for your time, Cease. It's very, very, very appreciated here. Where can the people find you?
At Cease on everything. That's just my handle across all socials. So just stay in touch.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Oh, it does get harder. Oh my god.
Let's go. I'm ready for the random patch of grass or the random wall up close. I'm just not gonna be able to understand.
Oh, this is a good one.
This is on the south side of Sleepy Sounds. This is looking towards the lighthouse behind it.
Oh, this is from Sleepy Sound, I think.
This is definitely Sleepy Sounds, I'd say.
This is at Sleepy Sound.
That is Sleepy Sound.
It's a little close, but...
Let's go. We are in Condo Canyon.
This is actually my drop spot, I believe. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Condo Canyon.
I'm not 100% sure. I just say Condo Canyon.
Oh, this is at Condo Canyon.
That is Kando. I don't know the name. Kando something. Kando Canyon.
Condo Canyon. Nice.
I'm just too goated at this or something. I don't know what to say. Oh my god, this one is such a hard one.
Uh-oh.
I think this is Bugle.
The Outskulls Morsel.
Okay, no, this one is, this one's in Coney.
Probably Tilted Towers, because of the building.
Coney? I'm just guessing Coney, I'm not sure.
So the building looks familiar. I think I'm gonna say Tilted.
I don't know a sign on the view. I didn't even know it was there.
Nice.
No way.
Oh my lord, what is this? What is this?
This is Greasy Grove, 100%.
Oh, Greasy.
Easy, this one is so easy. It's Greasy Grove.
Gosh, I have no clue.
Oh, this is at Greasy. I like Greasy, so...
I'm gonna go with Rocky Rios.
Let's go.
4 for 4. Oh, this is a tough one.
Jones's, it might be Camp Cuddle, but I think it's Jones. I'm gonna lock in Jones.
Is this Traps? Oh, wait, no, it could be Camp Cuddle.
I think Camp Cuddle, because of the trees and the campfire. I don't really know.
The Joneses?
Like, this doesn't even seem like a POI. Like, I'd say Camp Cuddle.
Great.
Wait, wow. Yeah, I've not been...
I think Bugle is probably the best spot on the map right now.
There is, like, a lot of
Everything. Tilted Towers, there's just so much food, ammo boxes, pepper boxes. Always come out really stacked. And then Sleepy Sound just has a lot of pepper boxes and a lot of floor loot. So you always come out with a lot of launch pads. I really enjoyed Tilted coming back. It was very fun to land there again.
Actually, land Tilted. That's my drop spot. Do those?
Tilted is, like, one of my favorite spots in the game, like, forever.
It's going to be very good and competitive. A lot of players are going to have it uncontested.
And it's all modernized and changed into this current, like, into the current way the game is played, and it's really cool.
That nostalgia, I'd say.
I don't know.
DPOI. Best method to rotate on the map is definitely using Spider-Man's. I would definitely say Spider-Man's, 100%.
It can get you across the map in probably a couple minutes. Nothing can do that right now.
The map awareness is definitely, like, really important, because, like, if you don't know where you are or where you're going or, like, where it could pull, like, you're gonna just be in a pretty bad situation for, like, the next zone pull.
So you really got to be aware and understand the map.
A good map habit would be always to mark where the zone goes and what side you want to be on.
You need to always 100% be aware of where the zone is.
Marking it is a huge thing, and I think that, like, that alone has saved me so many times, because I can just see where the zones is and I'm not guessing.
Because if a zone pulls far and you're in a really bad spot, it could end your game. Yeah, I would say the best tip to find a drop spot for your playstyle is really find where your strengths are in fighting.
Look for something that's not too heavily contested. It's kind of difficult in this current meta.
If you're really a team that needs to play for surge and really passive, I think you should go for a center map, so a center spot, so that you can loot quick, get some surge, and then rotate and don't need to fight anybody. And then if you want to, like, fight and you're really good at fighting, you want to crap ton of kills, then I'd probably just land like a DC, Tilted, Conquer, Daily.
I think Google is definitely the best spot for an aggressive player, and Sanctuary. Both of those drop spots are really, really good.
Don't be scared to land somewhere shambles. If you can master a spot that's really, really good, then do it.
FNCS North America East. We saw Princess Wolf and TNT take a victory royale and go on to qualify. The only duo to advance who haven't been in FNCS finals before. Av and NQ's popped off with eliminations but narrowly missed out on qualifying. They are the only duo to place lower than 11th place with that many eliminations. Will they pop off again and advance today? And we saw Fable, Taco and Jackson J go 3 straight games where they finished top 10, but it wasn't enough to qualify. They will be competing for a spot in the finals again today. It's the last chance. It's all to play for right now on FNCS NAE semi-finals day 3. In the beginning, there were qualifiers. Now we are right on the edge of something magnificent, confirming the final 12 duos will be entering into the battle for supremacy next weekend. Players clutched, dominated, truck played in this new semi-finals format. 38 teams have already assembled for the finals, primed for the ultimate test. Who will rise up as the challenger? Welcome in, you lot. Course of this FNCS NAE semi-finals day number 3, and joining me here on the desk of destiny, the one and only Vivid and somebody's gun. Boys, this is going to be absolutely incredible. What a day we have ahead of us. First things first, Vivid, this is the last opportunity to qualify. What a ride it's been so far.
Yeah, what a ride it's been so far. You know, we've seen, you little coins right there, truck plays, right? These players are pulling out all the stops they possibly can so that way they can secure themselves a spot in the finals. But now, we're coming down to the wire, SPG, right? It is dangerous for the semifinals. 50 teams, a lot lobby, but we only have room for 12 more. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, and like we said, the truck plays at the stop. Well done. That's a little cool wordplay there, but ultimately it's going to come down to who has it and who wants it most today, because everyone wants to win these games. But now, instead of 5, we got 6, an extra game today. One more team will qualify.
for left.